Hello and welcome to the Heroic Scale podcast. I'm your host Dale,
And I'm Robert.
and this is your miniature news podcast. We usually start off with what we've been working on. So, what have you been working on, Robert?
Starting in kind of order here. All the new Tau stuff came out last week.
Boo, 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 boo.
So I've been checking that out. And I picked up the Dark Strider miniature with it. It's
We
really
talked about
cool.
him last week. Yep.
Yeah, but it's really cool. Like assembling it. So I assembled it and primed it and stuff like that. I haven't painted it yet, but I primed it. So because what's the most important part? Getting it on the table, and I could get it on the table if it's built. So who cares, right? But yeah, it's a really cool miniature. I like the drones on it. They're really cool. And then looking at his rule set, they're pretty cool. He could allow I think he could allow a crisis suit, anything that's core, so that's crisis suits and troops to fall back and shoot in a turn, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I think he might be, excuse me, he might be in an include for my list now, which is
Yeah,
cool.
for sure. Because especially since like the old crisis suits, that was like their thing that they could retreat and shoot in the same turn.
Yeah,
So, but now you can just give that to them with him. So that's like an auto include for sure.
for sure. And then the last bit of hobbying I did this week, I picked up Juggernauts today.
Ooh.
Woo! That's Juggernaut from the Marvel Crisis Protocol thing. Not only did I build him, not only did I prime him, but also I painted him. He's done.
What colors did you go with? Did you go with like that brownish?
Oh, you know the only scheme you could really go with, red.
No, because you can go. You can go.
There's black. Who wants to paint a
You
black
you can
armored?
you can also do the version from the Deadpool movie. You can do the version from the X-Men movie from back
But
in.
see, that's just all shades of like that's
It's like
like burgundy.
silvers
It's
and
it's
stuff.
like it's not really that cool. So he's red. I didn't really like the color of red that I did on him.
Yeah, he needs
Um
like a brownish red.
but when I did the Reichland flush shade all over everything, it kind of dulled it down, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Um
You
yeah,
might
he's
want to
pretty cool.
you might want to throw like an Agrax over that too to brownify it a little bit more.
Eh, eh. I'm okay with it. It's weird because it's like it has those like I hate like in painting, I hate when it's like there's skin and then there's a piece of clothing and then there's skin and then there's a piece of clothing. So you have to like paint in between those gaps
Mm-hmm.
of like so like he has like kind of like an armband and then he has a thing over his wrist and then he has something over the front of his hand.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to paint like all in between that stuff and it's just like I kind of felt like I was caking on paint. um,
Well,
it
you
was
know,
just
there's
weird.
this really cool guy that does these YouTube videos that teaches you how to do that kind of stuff. I don't know
I
if you've
mean,
ever heard
it's
of him, but his
it's,
name is
it's
from Wargaming.
I mean, it's fine. It's totally fine, and it
What did
looks
you paint the
fine when it
flesh
was
with? What
done.
did you paint the skin with?
Reichland?
That was in like
No,
over white.
no. Katie and Fleshstone
Oh, dude. Okay.
over black,
Let
over
me.
black.
Oh, what's wrong with you? Okay, let me tell you. Contrast paints have made things so much easier.
No, I know, but what's this? What's the contrast paint for skin?
It's Gilliman's flesh. It's
Yeah,
per.
okay, but I didn't want to buy more paint. Okay, so that was the whole
I use
thing.
it for all my skin tones, all of it.
So the deal was I wanted to prime it black for some reason. I don't know why, and I didn't
You
want to
wanted to go back
put
to your roots.
yeah, and I didn't do white, and I didn't have white primer. Oh wait, no, I do have white primer, but I didn't want to do that, and I didn't have any. I don't have any more of the yellow primer, the desert yellow. So I couldn't use the contrast paints on it, and because I didn't want to use the white because I was afraid if I used the contrast red, it would look too bright
Mm-hmm.
on the white, so that's why I didn't do it. So that's why I ended up using regular paints. So yeah, I mean, I could always go back over it and stuff like that, but it looks okay. It's not bad. Um,
Did they also
I
have the
did,
Colossus and Magic kit over there, and you just didn't pick it up
yeah,
yet? Okay.
they had everything. I just didn't pick it up because trying to save a little bit of cash and Juggernaut by himself is $50. Jesus Christ!
Mm.
And I've noticed with him and the last set, the Hulkbuster that I picked up last week, there's no tokens.
There wasn't any tokens in there.
No, they're not. They say fuck it now. They did like originally they didn't even give you enough for HP anyways for these characters,
Right.
like to mark HP on them. It's like, I just think they've given up on it now and they're charging more. It's ridiculous.
But there's
Um,
still the cards, of course, and
I
then
I
there's
got the
the
card and 3 cards with him.
okay, and some cards. Okay, maybe he doesn't have any
Yeah,
special rules that you would need tokens for, like.
I no, he doesn't,
But
but I
like, yeah,
mean, I'm
you're
just
like using the
saying.
energy and stuff. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird. Like I didn't really mind. It was just weird. Um, his base, however, like let's talk. Like I'm talking about this model real quick. Like it is full on. Like it's like really fucking dynamic. It's like the most dynamic thing I've seen. Like in a model that's not on a freaking flying base.
Hmm.
Um, he looks really good. The base that it came with is its own custom base, as opposed to those ones you get all the time. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like the Thanos base, where it's like stands out by itself. It's basically concrete that has like cracks all over it. And it has them like pushing off and into the concrete, and there's like shit flying out of it. It looks really good.
Mm.
So I was really happy with that. And the model, like I said, is really good. You get two different hands options. You could choose to have them with a fist, or you could have a light pole,
Hmm.
a light. What is it? Stoplight
Yeah.
in his hand. I chose that obviously because it looks really cool.
I've seen ones where people have been putting that hand on the Hulk model, the old Hulk model,
Mm.
because it's like the
But
same
yeah,
size.
he's really cool. He looks really cool. His abilities are actually really cool because I never looked at the card originally. So his regular punch, he gets to push you if he to spend like, he spends a while and he gets to spends a while and he gets to push you.
Hmm.
And then on his second attack, he gets to after the attack is resolved, he could immediately do a different ability that he has on his
Card.
thing where he gets to move again.
Oh, okay.
So it's like he gets to keep moving, kind of thing, like which is what Juggernaut would normally be doing.
Yeah.
Um, Interestingly enough, he can't throw
I was gonna
anything
say he has like I was like he has to have like a cool throw, but
on. He doesn't have a throw on his non-injured side. When he gets injured, it adds the throw.
okay.
So when you're on that
Oh,
backside, it's weird.
question: is his mystical defense really high?
It is.
He doesn't say it has to be right because he's like a
It's a
magic.
5.
Yeah, because he's like magic, right? Like he has like the
Yeah, it's like magic protection, right?
yeah.
So it's like he has 4 regular
Because
defense, 3.
because Xavier can't get him with his mind, and then
Yeah,
like
according to the '90s cartoon.
yeah, right, right, right.
He has 4 regular defense, 3 energy, and 5 mystic, and then he has a special rule with it's called helmet. That's passive, and it says this character cannot be pushed or advanced by the special effects of enemies, mystic attacks, or superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the protection against that. But when he's injured, the picture is him without his helmet, and he loses that mystic defense, so it goes down to 2.
Oh,
So I mean, but he has 8 health,
yeah,
so he's a
and he's
pretty
5 points.
big beast. Yeah.
Okay, that's obvious then.
Yeah. So yeah, he's really cool. I'm definitely gonna include him in
Are
my
you doing like a
list.
Brotherhood list, or is he just gonna be part of the
No,
team?
he's just gonna be in it. I don't honestly I don't really find that the
Affiliations.
the affiliations are like it just forces you into a play style. And
Hmm.
I just want to play characters that I like.
Yeah.
I like Ultron, I like Sam Wilson, I like War Machine, I like Juggernaut.
Hmm.
Like, can't we all just get along, right? And then I'm gonna throw the Hulkbuster in there because it's the Hulkbuster.
If you can, good luck with that. The points.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be hard. I'm gonna probably add some like 20-point missions into my stack.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a cool model. I think that's it. I think that's all I did in
Cool.
terms of hobbying this week. Pretty sure. What about you?
Let me see. I so the great repainting has begun.
The Great
I
Depression. Oh,
the great so decided to repaint my entire Iron Jaws army. So before they were like that wintry paint scheme. It's like the first video on my channel. Um, and I don't like it anymore. I want them to be cooler. And I'm like a
so
better painter.
are you stripping the paint or are you just painting over it?
No, so I don't cake my paint on, so it's pretty easy just to spray
What do
over
you? I feel attacked. What do you mean?
it. Like my paints are thin. Like they're not like
I'm just kidding.
I'm not just pooping paint onto
What do
it.
you mean?
But like I mean, I have definitely repainted my Mega Boss a few times before, so it is a little thick there, but it's fine. It's fine for tabletop distance and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I tell myself about my Juggernaut. It's fine for
Yeah.
tabletop
Uh,
distance. He's very red.
I converted a model because at first I wasn't sure if I wanted to repaint them, so I converted that beast boss that I bought and that isn't for Age of Sigmar, so and he's for 40k, so I converted him into a mega boss and then repainted him to the color to see like what it would look like. Uh, and then I liked it, so then I decided to just repaint everyone. And Jesus, man, priming 30 models on a little balcony is not fun.
So you're actually doing. So you're doing it on your balcony. Is that where you've decided?
I mean, where else would I do it? Like, I don't think I don't have a spot really. I'm thinking about getting like a paint booth, but they're like $200.
Hey,
Just
booth, just get a freaking
well, it just has like,
cardboard
well,
box.
I do have a cardboard box, but like, it has a fan that sucks the paint out of the box instead of blowing it back into my face.
Just wear a
Um,
mask. That's what I do.
yeah, but it got all over my pants and my legs
All
and
over your pants. What are you doing?
spraying 30 models.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was rough. So, it's fine. It's done. But yeah, so and then I started painting. So I painted that. I painted a mega boss already. I've already started repainting the Maw Crusher. He looks really cool. I painted him red, so the Maw Crusher is red. I
You
think he
said
looks cool.
Maw Crusher, and it's like I instantly think of Tyranids.
Yeah, it's not Tyranids.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's like what a weird name.
um, yeah, and then
Are
other
you
than
are
that,
you gonna repaint your what's it called the Rogue Idol? Is that what it's called?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna use him honestly. He's a lot of
Dude,
points,
but
and he's not as good as your dinosaur.
I don't even know what you're talking about. The dinosaur's amazing. You have a rock.
Yeah, yeah, he's. I mean, I don't know. I kind of painted him weird in the first place. I think he's fine. He's a rock, so like he's just gray.
Oh,
He
okay, okay,
has
okay.
snow on him, but I can just paint over that snow areas with the new basing material stuff that I'm using, and then it would cover it up and be fine. So I think I could definitely like just use him, but it wouldn't be a repaint. It would just be like, oh, I'm just putting like a couple colors on him instead.
Mhm.
Um, I was 3D printing, but that's not miniature related. But I found out what I was printing takes a whole spool to print, so I stopped that and rethought my printing process. Um, and I think that's all I painted though. I think that was all for hobbying. I didn't really build anything. It was mostly just converting and painting. I'm gonna probably go to the store tomorrow and buy the rest of the models that I need for my new like the orc army that I'm building. So that's a
Why?
why not? To have a whole army?
Yeah, but shouldn't you not be focused? Shouldn't you be focused? I think you should be focused on your fire slayers, right? Isn't that what your main focus should be? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's just
I'm just saying in terms
no,
of
no, I know what
like
you're saying. Is like
in the proper way of spending your like money like responsibly.
but it's like it's like way less money. It's like I have to buy one pack
I
of brutes and then one pack of thingy, and
know.
then the new codex, obviously. And
Yeah, I know,
because the
but
new
I'm just
codex
saying.
isn't out for the fire slayers yet, and especially since I
Yeah,
don't know what's gonna change, I don't really want to buy a ton of stuff. Or
gotcha.
they're gonna add models and stuff yet, So I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling with the Stormcast thing. It's like I don't. No, we'll get into that later,
eh.
but I just don't know what I want to do with that yet.
But yeah, so I mean that's pretty much it for that. And then we play any games, and boy did we ever! We played. We had a rematch. My Fire Slayers versus your Seraphon,
Yep.
and we have come to the conclusion that the Dread Sauron is really strong.
Yeah, I, I would like to say that I was cheating for the first turn.
You were cheating. You were cheating,
It was the first turn.
and you
I
cheated
was
the whole last game we played.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't. And I
Yes, you
found out
did.
why. And I found out why. So what happened was
What happened was.
the first game we played back a while ago. Um, I was basically keeping all defense on him at all times.
Hmm.
So that's why I thought I got the -1 AP to you because basically that's what it is.
Hmm.
Um, so that's why I thought when we played last week that I had -1 AP because I
Mm,
wasn't doing that all at defense. So we caught it on the first turn. Doesn't really matter because you didn't do 18 damage anyways. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have done 18 wounds to bracket him.
yeah, and then my dice just screwed me. I mean, it's just a dice game, so that's what it
Oh,
is.
there new hobbying. You got new
Yeah,
dice.
I got new dice. Because my old
Woo!
ones are banished. Because if I'm hitting on threes and I miss 80% of them, that's pretty bad. And if I
Yeah.
live on fours, I live on fours and I'm missing 90% of those. That's pretty rough. Uh,
Yeah.
so I don't know. That was just a bunch of shitty rolls. I did do
It was
better than last time.
Yeah, it was definitely a good. It was definitely a good game. We did the it was the scenario where there were no objectives in the beginning and then they showed up and were placed based on a dice roll.
Yeah.
So it's like it gave everyone kind of a chance to find the objectives, and it helped us not like stack all of our things on one side of the table and then just come and roll everywhere, which is good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then I think I like the new list. I like the new list how it is now, but then we'll have to see what changes and stuff like that with the
Yeah,
new
absolutely.
codex. But so yeah, like just no more regular Volkite berserkers, and just use the Grimwrath. No, wait, I don't know. The Grimwrath berserkers and Volkite berserk. I don't know. The ones with the pole axes are what I'm going to be using
Yeah,
now.
the feel no pain is too much worth it
Yeah,
to not
yeah, the
to
4 up,
ignore, because
and it's within
when
10 inches
you're
of a hero. Like that's pretty. That's big.
yeah, and it's not holy.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's 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 very much worth it when you're dealing with things that could basically one shot your entire brick in one go. It definitely it like I would say, at least on the first game, maybe not necessarily on this last one that we played, but it saved you. It was like I'd kill 4 guys and it would save 2 to 3 of them.
yeah. And then the what was I gonna say? Yeah, but then yeah, the reducing of the 1 damage from the thunder lizards, right? Is it thunder lizards, right? Is that what
Yeah, that's the Thunder Lizards,
Yeah,
the
reducing damage by one
coolest.
is just it's rough because I all my stuff, like most of my stuff, does 2 damage, but it's like nope, it's only doing one, and it's like
Well,
nah.
it's also the whole like how there's not really a separation of Forge World in Age of Sigmar. So the rules basically apply to everything as long as it has a certain keyword.
Yeah,
So being Thunder Lizard, I get an extra attack on my jaw weapons. Well, guess what? The Dread Sauron has a pretty devastating jaw weapon, and I get
well,
an extra attack on
no,
that.
no,
It
no,
does
no.
6 damage.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this for a second, because yes, your Drudge on does 6 damage for 1 hit on your draw weapon, but so does your freaking regular guy
Yeah,
on the regular dinosaur rider guy,
the
the
Carnosaur,
the
the
HQ
Carnosaur.
guy, the leader
Yeah,
guy.
it's the Carnosaur.
One hit does 6 damage,
Yeah, she does.
and he has a kick ass ranged attack.
Yeah, Iron
He's
Man Gauntlet.
Yeah, he's got cool stuff, and he is what 15 points less than my guy on the Magma Droth that
Yeah, he's
doesn't
270.
have a good ranged attack
Well,
because
and I get 14 wounds in my Thunder Lizard thing.
yeah. But yeah, that and my the most thing I can put out, I think, is like 3 damage a hit
He
on
does
the.
5 damage, not 6. It does 5 damage, but still, 5 damage is a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So like that's pretty crazy that he's like, just stats wise. I feel like that thing. I mean, it is a newer codex. So maybe
Not too new though in the grand scheme of things. Like this
in the
codex
in
came
the in
out
the
like
scheme
we're
of
no no
Fire
no no
Slayers
no
though.
in this yeah in the scheme of the Fire Slayers. But think about it. This codex came out after the LVO we went to. This was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a 2-year-old codex at this point,
Yeah.
and it's, from what I can tell, really good. So, anyways, obviously I won, but I think
I got one victory
it
point,
yeah, and I had a bunch, but in terms of like
but I
things
but I
being
killed things.
fun, yeah, kind of.
No, I didn't.
And you killed. What'd you kill? You killed
The whole squad of
my
riders,
yes, my
and then
riders, my trash, my core,
yeah,
my
yeah,
troops.
and then I think a couple other
Um,
guys, but I'm not sure.
um, I don't think I'm gonna play him anymore.
Yeah, you
At
get
least
Dread
not in a
Bonds.
friendly. At least not in a friendly um manner, like how we play. Like because like I want you to have fun, and I don't think like because I play with you the most. I
Yeah,
don't really go anywhere else. I only play with you, so I just don't think it's fun kicking your ass with them all the time. So either what my goal is going to be replace the Dread Sauron
hmm
with Pterodon Riders or Ripperdactyls, one or the other.
yeah,
I haven't decided. And then maybe add a King Chief or something on a Pterodactyl or Ripperdactyl, whichever one I use. So that'll be the fix for them. But I think what I want to do is go to back to Stormcast for a little bit because they
hmm
got a bunch of new models and try them out. I have the Dominion kit and I want to use that Yggdrasil girl, the wing chick. She's pretty cool, and use a bunch of paladins with her, but I have to get more models for her. So that's something I kind of have in the works and thinking about
Hmm.
is moving to Stormcast for a while,
Yep.
and hopefully, or I could just move to my Slaves of Darkness and just play with them for a while. So there's that too.
Or they'll announce something big and then you'll want to switch to
I want Cadron Overlords.
that. I offered you mine before I sold them.
I just want blimps. Okay.
I know, I know. Okay, well, I think that's it for this part. Are you good with this part?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's move on to the Games Workshop news. Um, as expected, this week there was a lot about Eldar. So pre-orders are up for the Eldar Saturday today, which means they'll come out. Oh,
Next week.
actually, no. Some of them, I think, no, they come out. They come out tomorrow. They actually come out tomorrow.
So you mean
So
today when
so
this is
today, so
live?
Saturday, it'll be out Saturday. Um, the Eldritch Omens box set will also be available on that day, which it comes with. The starter box. It's the Chaos Space Marines versus the Eldar. There's 15 new models in the whole kit, the between the two armies. So you get the Autark. There's a new Autark model for the Eldar. The Shroud Runners and the Rangers that we were talking about, I think a couple weeks ago. And then the Chaos will get uh, a new Warpsmith boss like leader guy, and then there's new Chaos Space Marine sculpts in there too. Like
But do these Chaos Space Marines have 2 wounds?
I don't know. I do not know the details about that, but
The answer is no. Okay, I can tell you right now. A drone is stronger than a Chaos Space Marine. Sucks to suck.
um, until I get the Primaris ones.
Until they get Primaris. Firstborn Chaos Marines. How does that work?
They're born from the
Converted?
demons. So then there was also an article. So we talked about there was a big article about the Avatar, and it was interesting because it was titled that it's the Avatar is strong enough to one shot a Titan. And as like an Imperial Knight player, I was like, what? This thing better be as cost as much as Imperial Knight then. But I don't know the point cost for it. Um, so there's some changes in the stat line on the Avatar. So it's getting 3 more inches in its movement from its original, and 1 additional strength, 2 additional toughness, six more wounds, which like that's crazy. Uh,
It's
two,
needed though.
yeah, 2 more attacks, one, and then 1 point increase in its leadership, and it has a 2+ save instead of a 3+ save now. So a lot of more survivability stuff. So it's weapons. So when we get into this weapon, and this is where we talk about it being able to one shot a Titan. It's called the Wailing Doom. In melee, it has 2 types of attacks that you get to pick between. Um, One that doubles the Avatar strength. So which was, let me see, 1 additional strength. I think it's at 7, strength 7. So it'd be like strength 14 or something like that. Um, it's AP 5, does D6 plus 2 damage. So that's significant. um, and then and then the other attack is just the base strength of the Avatar. It's AP 2, damage 2, but and every time an attack is made, it does 2 attacks instead of 1. So if you have 5 attacks, you get to do 10 with this weapon. Um, so you can get a good amount of damage out. At range, that Wailing Doom weapon, it's only range 12. It's Assault 1, but Strength 12. So that's pretty cool. AP 4, and it's damage D6 plus 2, just like the other part in it. In addition to the 2+ save that the Avatar has, it also has a 4+ invulnerable save, and it halves all incoming damage to it.
So then talking about this sword for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
that means
Well,
it
sword, is
could
it the sword, the axe? I don't know.
whatever. The one so you said the sword that in the melee and it has a range attacks as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's assault, so you could run and shoot it with the penalty. His ballistic skill is probably not that bad. Strength 12,
Yeah.
AP 4.
Yep.
You're going on an invulnerable save on a knight. I don't know the toughness of a knight. So if this is double, you're hitting on twos. It could, but
Off the top of my head, I
mostly
don't know the toughness.
most likely you're hitting on threes, anyways. And then you could charge.
Yeah. And it's
Like I'm sure,
D6 plus 2 damage.
yeah, and I'm sure. So like you're doing the damage in range, and then you're doing the damage in melee. So it's not so much you're getting one shot; it's this that you're getting killed in one turn because of shooting, and then the subsequent follow up of melee.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 attacks or something like that it has its attack profile.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, but it's supposed to be, right? It's the Avatar.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be
exactly,
good.
exactly. I'm not
Um,
complaining. I think it's cool.
yeah, I like the model too.
Yeah.
And then they did, and then everyone's spooky boy, everyone's favorite spooky boy, he got a preview.
Yeah.
The Mugen Ra that I know you don't like the model because it looks like Reaper from Overwatch. Um, so his weapon is range 36, assault 6, strength 7, AP 2, and damage 2. Uh, it's six and sixes to wound. Also do a mortal wound in addition to its normal damage. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Uh,
I just like it on the older model, please. Thank you.
yeah, it's brutal. It sounds cool, but then also like the rule for the game where the damage doesn't spill over.
True.
So that kind of sucks. Like
No, it's like yeah. Well, it's 2 damage, so it's not like you have to worry about it falling over. I would like it to be. It would be cool if it was 3, because then you're killing Terminators,
yeah,
and you don't have to worry about it.
I
That
wish
kind of stuff.
I wish that rule is gone. Honestly, like I don't like that. I
It
wish
makes sense though. It does make sense though.
I don't care. Like for gameplay,
I think
I
it's
think it
okay.
should be
Look,
there.
think about it this way: in Age of Sigmar, the reason it doesn't exist is because it's more thematic,
Well,
right?
it's
When you're
swords.
shooting, exactly, it's swords. You can be swinging as many times, like a follow up or a follow through,
Okay,
and then with ranged attacks, you could just shoot a volley of things. It's like it represents a volley of things as opposed to like
a wall of
precision shots.
bullets.
These are Marines shooting bullets that are going through flesh that's not exactly human thin. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
but
So it's
orcs
like,
are stupid and they just blast. They don't think they aim.
yeah, yeah, and they pay for it. But I'm just saying, it's like I feel like if there's a bullet coming towards you, I mean, yes, in real life you can kill more people than one, but this isn't real life, and one bullet is one per person is fair,
Mm,
especially when you're talking about big, huge blast damage things.
mm. Yeah, I don't know. So then back onto Mugen Ra in melee. That his weapon is strength +2 to him, AP 2,
So
damage
what's that?
2.
Probably like strength 6
Probably
or
4. He's probably strength
6.
4. He's an
Yeah, so
Eldar, right?
that's what I was thinking. So it's gonna be, he's either gonna be strength 5 or he's gonna be strength 4.
Yeah.
So he's most likely strength 4. He might even be strength 3 if he's like base Eldar strength.
The cool
But
thing, but does damage spill in here in melee? Does it spill over or no? Does it still stay?
no, it stays the same.
Okay. The cool thing is that every model that he kills though counts as 2, for morale.
That's cool.
Yeah, so because he's like striking fear in the enemies and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Like you can maybe make the enemies break more.
Yeah,
Um,
I just see a lot of fear mitigation though in these games,
yeah. Is it?
especially in even if you look at um Age of Sigmar, there's a lot of fear like bravery tests canceling.
Yeah, yeah. But you have to pay for it too, though, right? You have to like the CP or you can not CP the command point. You can pay the command point for it, or you
Yeah,
can
but like
some of
as
it
like
have built in if you're within
yeah, my
certain
my
areas.
fucking my lizards have built in they can't get minus from their bravery
Yeah.
because of course they do, right?
He has a 2-up save and a 4-up invuln save, uh, just like the Avatar. But instead of having all damage, he can only ever lose a maximum of 3 wounds each
Oh, so
phase.
he's like Gazgul.
Yeah, I think he only. I don't think he has a ton of wounds like Gaskell, but he can only take 3 in each phase. So, um, he also has an aura that gives Dark Reaper models +2 leadership and objective secured. So you can run more Dark Reapers and have them, be more objective holders and stuff like that. So that'd be kind of cool to run like a Dark Reaper army.
Yeah, he should make him fearless though.
Yeah, I like the objectives secured. I would rather take the objectives
Absolutely.
secured.
The Justice Secure is good, but I just think 2 bravery is just kind of like, might as well just make him fearless. You know what I mean? Especially since Space Marines have they show no fear and they get to reroll their bravery tests all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, come on, give you something.
There was a preview of Prince Uriel of Yandin. He's like the pirate prince for the Eldar.
Pirates. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pirate Eldar. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
understand these Eldar people, so I'm just we're saying pirates. He has a he has an aura ability that lets the Ayenden core like keyword people or Anharanth. I don't know. Infantry they get to reroll hit rolls of 1, and he also lets those same core people, the Ayenden infantry and the Anarath units have uh they have their power rating when you're determining how much stuff you get to put in strategic reserves. So you can put more of your dudes into strategic reserves with him, and then bring them on later.
Hmm.
So that's pretty cool. Like just like having kind of secret stuff like that, like just like letting you put more stuff in reserve for later. That's cool. He has a spear, and that's like it does two times his strength. It's AP 3, damage 3. Um, so I mean that's pretty cool. I mean just to get the extra stuff in your reserves, and then you don't have to worry about them getting murdered right away.
Yeah.
I think he's more like of the leader for like the riders, the speeder bike rider guys.
Mm.
I think he's like one of those people. I'm not, you know, Eldar. I don't know. um, the rumor engine this week was it looked like a pile of supplies. Like it was like, and they're tied down to something. Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. So it's just like a bunch of like ammo cans and stuff like with a tarp on it and stuff. So I'm thinking Imperial Guard Krieg,
Yeah.
because you
Yeah,
know how
that makes sense.
they have like don't they have like a donkey that pulls like a cart,
Yes.
right? So I'm thinking something like that. I'm thinking that, or it's gonna be something for Necromunda, the new vehicle heavy game, right? So, but I'm guessing Krieg, and that would be cool to have more Krieg stuff.
I mean, they
Um,
just got all those new models, so I mean, it would be cool to add more for sure.
yeah, I wouldn't say all those new models. It was just a infantry set, wasn't it?
I could be
I
wrong,
think
but I
it's
thought
just
it
a,
was more.
I think it's just a 10-man infantry set. So
Maybe.
if they bring more of those things, that'd be kind of cool to the thing, because I know people have been wanting those forever.
Yeah, I wish like back in the day when Imperial Guard had all the different versions. You had Catechins, you had
Yeah,
the regular Imperial Guards, and then you had what is it? Um
the British,
the British, and you had
the British
the desert
small
people, the desert rats, and all that stuff. Those were really cool.
Talaran, not to be confused with Taliban.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Talarn, I think is what they're called.
As I said, Talaran. So they also did a breakdown of the LVO, Las Vegas Open armies. So there was 768 players in the 40K thingy. 10% of the players were all Eldar. 11% were Hive Mind, which I think that's is that I think that's Gene Stealer Colts and Tyranids.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. And then 14% were Xenos. They specified this one was Tau, Necron, and Orcs.
Yeah.
15% were Chaos. 19% were Space Marines, and then 30% were Imperials. That's pretty. That's significant. Like to be like most people play Knights, Custodes, or Adeptus Mechanicus. And I think probably
Astra
Sisters.
Militarum as well.
I think Sisters falls into there too.
So does Astra Militarum.
Oh yeah, and the Imperial Guard. Yeah,
Imperial Guard. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean that's pretty significant. I think they would. You would think they'd want to skew that more.
I mean, you think about it though, like the Imperial Guard have like the Imperial faction as a whole has the most like
Has the most
iconic
models.
miniatures.
Yeah,
They're the most iconic miniatures, and when you get into a game
I
like
would have honestly
this,
thought more Orcs though, because Orcs are pretty iconic for 40K too.
yeah. But if you think about the changes they made this
Well,
year with
that's why it's
orcs,
interesting too, right? Seeing the winners being Adeptus Mechanicus and
yeah,
what was the other? Oh, Custodes. Like
Custodes, yeah.
this.
Yeah, with the changes of orcs, it's kind of more. It's weird because it's like they did the whole beast. They went the whole beast direction,
Yeah,
which is kind of interesting for a 40K thing. And it's like everyone else has tanks, and now I have to have a wagon being pulled by
because
a squig
squig
donkey.
thingy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to me, at least.
Yeah, it was a weird direction. Like, do you think it was like kind of like a trying of like Primaris orcs, right? I think
Oh,
that's
it
what people
definitely
were
was
comparing.
because they did get all the orcs got an extra toughness, so they're all toughness 5, and they have 2 wounds, so they are stronger than Primaris, just not in shooting.
Yeah, they just can't shoot so good.
And then they replaced the Daka role with Daka weapons now, which act completely different.
Hmm.
Um, so that's kind of weird too. A lot of the Force Org got moved around, which was kind of weird for me because like Morkanauts and Gorkanauts are Lords of War,
Yeah,
which before they were heavy slot, and it's kind of weird because it's like it's not really that big compared to like
it's
a
about
Land
this.
Raider.
Isn't it about the size of a knight? Like your Gorknot, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So I mean,
Obviously, yes. But if you laid it down, it would be the size of a Land Raider, and the Land Raider is just a heavy.
yeah. But if I laid
And
an
it
Imperial Knight,
because
it'd
like the
probably be about the size of a
Land Raider
Knight.
could hold 5 Terminators. The Gorknot could hold 5 Mech Boys.
Hmm.
In what's it called? So it's like it's kind of similar, and it lost wound. No, it gained wounds, but it's like it kind of got weird, and it's just weird when you put something like so when you put something like this in the Lord of the War slot. So I don't know which one it is, the Gorknot or the Morknot. But one of them is
What's
the
the
mech
difference between
based
the two?
one.
Oh, okay.
One's the mech based one with the custom blaster and the force field, and the other one has the minigun
Oh, okay.
is on it. So it's kind of weird because when you put something in a separate battalion, the way 40k works is that you kind of lose all the rules and you can't affect units outside of the battalion.
Right.
So now that the Gorgnot's all by itself in its
That's
thing,
part of the reason why I don't like 40k as
it
much because
can't
it's more complicated with the
you
just
you can't give it orders from your
yeah.
people, like you can't, like there's just things you can't do.
I just
So
wish
it's
it
just
was still like the old ways. It was just like you get
it's
Imperial,
definitely
you
more
get
simple. I
troops.
don't Yeah, I don't know why they can't just say you can only have this many HQ, you can only have this many,
But I get
like
it for like knights, right? Because you do need that distinction. But like, make it special for them, like their special rules. Like for everyone
yeah,
else,
what
it just
if the
goes into the
army
Force
is
Org.
yeah, if it's battle forged, that is their force org. Their force org is different.
Yeah, but I mean, but I also do see the other side too because like I do kind of want to make a motorcycle orc army, and then
You can.
I would be able to do that, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't have to put battle line like
correct.
troops in
Yes,
there.
you
I
could just like how you play Imperial Knights, you could play orcs that way too.
right.
You could just have 1,000 Morknots. You could do it. It's totally fine, and I get it.
Maybe you could make it
Um,
so that like you could just grant the keywords with the thing like if your warlord is the orc on bike, then you get
as long as you're the same faction as well, like
the
like they're all goths or whatever.
well, and then you get the bikers as your battle line then at that point or something.
Yeah, just how they do in Sigmar, right? If
Yeah.
your leader is a certain one, or you choose a certain
Yeah.
faction, certain things become battle
Yeah.
line.
And it drops certain things out of other into other slots too. So like you could have it
Yeah,
do that. Like that would be fine.
yeah,
I
it's definitely a choice, and I could be
it
wrong.
makes it a lot less complicated. And I know we're not playing a super easy game, right? Like these games aren't the easiest games to
No, but it
understand, but
definitely the barrier entry is
right,
harder.
and even like because like even we used to play it. We played fourth edition is when we started, and then I just it was easier to start into it, and then
Yeah, could you
there's so
imagine
much
going?
there's so much other depth in these games that we don't need to make list building the hard part.
Yeah, could you imagine going into the store now and like trying to learn and then trying to explain to you all these different force org charts
Yeah,
that you could do? And I'm like, what?
it
I
it,
just
it
want to
it
play
gets
the
yeah,
game.
it gets kind of like Flames of Worry to me, where it's like, oh, you need to fill this battalion that
Oh,
has
you
this.
need to play in 1940, so
Yeah,
you guys can't actually play together because
yeah,
obviously the tanks from the 1940s are a
like
lot stronger than the tanks from 1930.
yeah. So I would definitely I would be like, oh, okay, then tell me about Age of Sigmar. Is it the same rules? And they'd be like, oh no, it's way easier. And it's like, oh, okay, I want Age of Sigmar then.
I mean, who's to say that nothing's going to go? I wonder if they're
Right.
going to switch fully to one way. Maybe they're beta testing both. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I mean, obviously, 40k is winning because it's different. Like sci-fi has a bigger pull than fantasy.
Well, it pays the bills, right? I think 40k pays the bills,
Well,
and
you build your back on space brains. You better keep
yeah,
producing space brains.
yeah. Um. So and then so some Tau news. The classic Tau ethereals are gonna come out for pre-order. There's 4 different ones in total. They're like the older sculpts of them. So if you want some ethereals, you can get some ethereals. um, They also talked about doing a range rotation. So what that is, they're going to be cycling out some old kits and just putting them out of production for a while, just so that they can make other stuff. It's mostly named characters, and I think it only covers Space Marine characters. So
Probably their pewter
um,
characters.
no, it's like so. There's I have a list of them here. So for the Imperial Fists, you'll be losing your Captain Lysander guy. He won't be there anymore. Um, for Blood Angels, you'll be losing a bit. You'll be using the brother Corbulo, Captain Tycho, the Captain in Terminator armor, and then the Flesh Terrors like shoulder pads. They're not going to make those anymore for some reason. Dark Angels are losing their Company Master. Ultramarines are taking a big hit. They're losing the Chaplain Cassius, Sergeant Tellian, Sergeant Cronus, Captain Sicarius, and Tyrannic War Veterans. And then so the White Scars are losing their little Khan on bike. Grey Knights are losing the brother Captain Stern. Uh, there's a Rune Priest and Terminator armor that's also going away. Space Wolves are losing Lucas the Trickster. The Grey Hunter with Wolf Standard and Death Watch are losing Captain Artemis. Also losing Chapter Master Gabriel Seth, Chapter Master Pedro Cantor, and they're going to be gone on the 27th of February. So you have like the rest of this month to get them if you want them.
Interesting. I wonder why they just don't go to like
I see a lot of
print on
Terminator.
demand like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, well, yeah, I see a lot of Terminators in here. I wonder, which makes me like hope that they're gonna redesign the Terminator, which a lot of people kind of want them to do, especially since the Primaris Marines are kind of bigger than them now.
And the Primaris Marines are stronger than Terminators. It's like
Yeah,
why at this point
but like
are we
losing
even?
losing Pedro Cantor and like those named characters, like that's kind of
Yeah.
weird too to me. Um,
Hopefully they make new ones. It's just
I don't
it's
know,
definitely weird. It's weird.
but it's not like it's only for a limited. They're gonna get rid of them for a little bit. They'll bring them back eventually.
I just don't even understand because it's like, what do you mean? Like,
I
why are you
think
stopping making them? It's like it's not like they print these things every week and send them out to stores. Like, go to your local Games Workshop. Like, the selection is slim.
yeah, I think
If you go to your local Games Workshop, there's not much in there
well a lot of the
at
stuff.
all.
Well, right now it's because of the
No,
shipping
it's
stuff.
not. The stores are so small. At least
Yeah,
here in California, like you have a little bit of wall space for 40K, then you have a little bit of wall space
yeah,
for fantasy, and then you have to fill it up with all the books and then other supplies for the store, and then the stores cram it all in with tables inside their thing. Like people are actually going to play in these small
right.
spaces.
Well, and they also have
Like
like the Black Library stuff too, and it's like
yeah, like so
paints.
it's like so I guess it could be more of a problem for like the UK where the stores may be bigger,
They
but it's
probably
like
are.
I don't see them printing out Pedro Cantors every week and shipping them out to stores. I don't. There's this is special order stuff in my mind, and in fact, it's probably all online order, online only. If you look at it right now,
Yeah, I don't know.
I bet you they are because like they should just keep them in a warehouse, and who cares? Like I don't see the point unless they're remaking them as new
Yeah,
characters,
that would be my guess. They're remaking them, or it's just
new
creating
sculpts,
or
new
it's creating
sculpts.
like an artificial demand, right? It could also just be like, oh, we want to get move some product.
Or maybe or honestly it could be just people aren't using them, and if that's the
Yeah,
case then fine, you know what I mean. It's like why print something if no one's using it.
right. That could be too. These aren't like popular models.
Yeah.
So that's it for the 40K news. So on to Age of Sigmar. I'm super happy because we got a little teeny Fire Slayers preview, and it was all about some of the changes with some of their special rules. They get a unique heroic action. So in the heroic action phase, which is during like the command phase, like before the command phase, in the very beginning of the game, they have their own that lets them use the enhanced effect of the Urgold ruins, regardless of like if you roll for it or not. So like like when I play, I get +1 attack, but if I roll a 6, I get to also do an immortal wound in addition to it or something like that.
Sure.
So it's I get I the hero who the commander who used that ability, he would get to the enhanced effect of getting the mortal wound also.
Mm.
So it's pretty cool. So it's like giving him an additional buff because like they are a commander, and I think that's cool because there are some that I think would benefit because you have to roll a 6. That's not easy, right? And
No.
being able to give it to a commander for a phase might help kind of pinch out a little bit of extra like clutch moments when you need them. So then they changed a couple of like the Urgold runes also. So there's the rune of fiery determination, which gives one bravery, uh, like normally, and it ignores battle shock effects for the enhanced effect. I see why they kind of changed this one because they have the whole lodge that just doesn't have to take battle shock if it's within an objective. So like you don't really need that. And then you have your heroes probably auto passing morale rolls for them too. So you don't really need this one as much anymore, right? So instead, it's going to let me see, gives them a 6-up ward save, so that's cool. If you don't exhaust your forge right away, you'll get a 6-up ward save, and then if you roll a 6 and get that enhanced thingy, it'll be a 5-up ward save. So that's pretty cool, and I like this because this one I can see giving to my heroes that don't have the ward saves that everyone else has, and just giving them that 5-up ward save would really help out. Um, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the key word there is if you don't exhaust your forge.
Yeah, you'd have a 6 if you did. If you well, and that's depending if they switch the forge too. We don't even know what that's
True,
gonna be. Yeah.
true, but it's like it's definitely good. Like no doubt it's good, but I just feel like it's not it's not going to be enough.
Hmm.
And like obviously it's just a peek. It's just a sneak peek. So we have no clue what's going on, what's going to happen, what else is going to change or anything like that. But yeah, I feel like like always invulns are good, right?
Yeah,
They're always good.
and
So it
then
doesn't matter
go
at
ahead, go ahead.
all.
Yeah, so they also changed the Urgold rune of the rune of searing heat. Um, that was the one I was using. That if I rolled a
Hmm.
6, it gave me an additional damage.
Yeah,
So instead of that, it gives you a mortal wound in addition to normal damage on. So
that's good.
yeah, on the 6. So the enhanced effect isn't changed of it, which I forget what it is, but the just getting the mortal wound in addition to regular damage is cool,
Yeah,
especially
because
for
you could
like
block.
armies that reduce damage and stuff like that. You're not reducing the
Yeah.
mortal wound. And then for my stuff like the pole axe guys that I'm using, like they do the 2 mortal wounds on a 6 anyway. So this would now give them 3 mortal wounds on a 6,
Yep.
which like that's cool. I like that. So that was the only preview that we got for Age of Sigmar,
Yeah,
but
it sounds really good.
it's cool. I like the direction. I hope there's more models, but there's probably not. But
So it kind of sounds like it's like kind of like going into like a burning. They're gonna like play into the burning more. Like so, like the mortal wound is like I'm burning you with
mm-hmm,
fire.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm.
pretty cool because then it's like you said, mortal wounds are individual, so they can't be reduced to more than they are.
Yeah,
So, and a lot of things don't have moral saves.
yeah,
Whereas before, it's like if it's adding an extra damage. It's like, well, I could potentially save that because your AP was like 1. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. So in other news, the Golden Demon painting competition is opening up again.
Ooh, I'm gonna
Um,
enter.
which is cool. I mean, it's been shut down for a while, and then for like the first time in over 10 years, it's going to be in the U.S. In the U.S., it's going to be at Adepticon 2022. There's an article on Warhammer community website. There's links to the entry forms and the rules and stuff like that that you need to do. There's all these different categories you can choose that you want to do. If you want to do individual model, if you want to do a monster, if you want to do a vehicle, so they have different categories for all that stuff, which is cool. I'm excited for the Golden Demon to come back, and
I'm gonna enter my Malceptor.
and who doesn't want to win a sword like that? The trophy's a
Seriously.
sword.
Yep.
Like that's cool, and I think it's sharp because the pictures I've seen, the people holding it, they have a glove on their hand, like a chainmail glove, holding
Mm.
the sharp end, and I'm like, are you sure that's sharp? I don't know if that's sharp. um, so and then a little bit more unfortunate news: prices are going to be going up about 5% in most cases. In some cases, it's going to go 10 to 20% more, but those are like limited in the prices. But good news if you're in Australia, New Zealand, Japan, or China is that your prices aren't going to change at all. So
I'm moving.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They could be already ridiculously
They probably
high.
already.
So
They probably already high. Yeah.
shipping to those and their islands, right? Except China's not an island, so I don't know.
It's on the
Um,
island of the continent of
yeah, of Eurasia.
Eurasia.
That's
Yeah.
what we called it in school, right? I don't know what they call it now. I don't know what the kids call it now in school. Um, most starter sets are going to stay the same price. Like they're not going up in prices at all.
That's good.
Um, paints, brushes, paint sets, and tools, they're all staying the same price. It's mostly just model kits that are going to be going up.
Which is
Five
bad
percent. I mean, makes sense. Inflation's at 7% now, or something like that. So
in the U.S.
yeah.
You
Well,
said this is going up. You said this is going up everywhere except for those
well,
select countries.
well. So
So
that
it's
means
like,
U.S. and UK. Like,
yeah. I'm just saying it's like
yeah, I don't know, but
that's a big
I don't know what inflation's doing in those countries. I know in the U.S. it's 7%. So it's also
yeah.
probably going up in other places too, though.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous at this point.
They
I mean,
do
you're already
price it.
spending.
They do price increases all the time. I mean, their models are already really expensive,
That's the problem.
you
They're
gotta
already really expensive.
you. I know. I've kind of gotten at peace with it because I don't see it as you're buying a model. You're buying the model plus the rules in the game. So it's like,
Yeah, but you have to build it and paint it your fucking self. It's not like you're
yeah.
buying. It's not like you're buying GI Joe with Kung Fu grip and then playing Imagination in your backyard. You know what I mean? It's like you have to buy these rules. The
Yeah.
books come out, they're $50. You have to buy like these models, and like right now, like let's just take for example the Carnifex kit. It's $100. You get two Carnifexes. That's a
Well,
pretty good deal right now. If it goes up to like $120, that's $60 per
no.
Carnifex. It's like
So what
that's what we used to be at.
basically what we're looking at is it's going to be like $1. So something that costs $35 is now $36. It's not a lot, but then like
No, but when you're talking about 20% increases
right, but that's like rare. That's like it's that
for
that was
what? Like what, Forge World?
no. I don't think they include Forge World in in their price
I'm
talks.
just saying it's like stuff that's kind of a big deal. Like we're
Let's
already
look
paying a
into it.
premium here.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me go to the article really fast. Let's look at price increases. I don't know if they listed
They probably
specifics.
wouldn't.
Protein pricing news. Uh, so it says in many cases, this will be about 5%. So, as an example of what you can expect in most cases, like a box of Space Marines, intercessors will go up just 1 pound. So, this is in pounds from 35 to 36.
So that's
A
three, five
few things
dollars.
are going up 10%, e.g., books, scenery, resin miniatures. Um,
Books.
books, I don't know if that means, it probably means codex,
It
but
does mean
but
codex.
I'm
They're already $50.
also,
That's so much for a thing you don't need.
but I'm thinking that's also Black Library too.
Yeah, but the
Um,
thing is, you don't need the codex.
And then they said there's a couple outliers like Blood Bowl teams and metal miniatures, which are going up 20%. So
I
they didn't.
understand that. That's fine.
Yeah, so that was it. So they're not saying like. It seems like for the most part we're looking at 5%. Um,
Weird.
yeah. I mean, like, does the dollar really make a difference? I mean, over a grand scheme of things,
It's not a dollar. It's a pound.
it's
It's
yeah,
$3 to $5,
it's
depending on the day.
it's like $1.80, right? I think it's. Let me see. GBP to
One three
USD.
six.
Yeah, so it's a dollar. It's
Dollar
a dollar.
50.
Yeah, $1.50. Plus, we got to pay our taxes and shit here too. So, which that always goes up. So, it
Yeah,
is.
that's not a big deal. But I'm saying I would definitely be worried if it was going up 20%.
Yeah, and I don't think it's gonna be affecting most of our like the miniatures that we normally buy and play with. It's gonna be that's like I said, like the Blood Bowl teams and metal miniatures that no one really buys
Yeah,
anymore
it did.
anyway.
Yeah, in the 20%, it didn't say anything about plastic.
It
So
didn't, but they could be hiding stuff,
yeah.
right? We'll have to see what happens when it happens. And that's it for all the Games Workshop stuff. It was a lot. I mean, it was 54 minutes worth of stuff. Oh, well, that wasn't really because we did the other stuff, but
Well, thank God, because you know what? The segue into Atomic Mass. Guess what? There's absolutely squat. There was no news of meaningful nature this week. We had some tournament announcement for Star Wars Legion, but that was it. And besides, like pilot info for X-wing, which you know me, that's it. That's it.
what's
Nothing.
weird too is that I always was like, they. I don't feel like there's any synergy with the companies, like because like Book of Boba Fett just ended, right? I,
Yep.
you would think that if they are doing something, which they are, because we saw that preview at the last year, right, of the stuff to come in Legion, which it
Yeah.
looks like they're doing a Scum faction. So
Yeah.
maybe show us some Scum models, because it's like, oh hey, Boba Fett's over. Maybe here's some stuff here. You're
Yeah.
not gonna spoil it.
Mando,
No, we're not gonna
Mando, and
spoil
the
it.
Mando and the Child have been released, have
Have
been
they?
shown.
Have they?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I've seen
So
I've seen like 3D printed ones. I didn't know that was gonna actually
yeah,
be
I'm
real.
pretty sure they're actual real ones that are coming. Like there's some pretty cool stuff coming,
Yeah.
definitely. But
So
it's just not. I don't know when they're gonna like because they teased it in. I think it was December.
yeah, it was a
So I
while
mean,
ago.
it's been 2 months, but we haven't heard anything. Armada.
Yeah, which is funny because like
We haven't heard anything.
for Games
Legion.
Workshop, they teased that stuff in December for like Mugen Raw, the Avatar, and all that stuff, and we saw all of it. We've seen everything they've
Yeah,
teased
Fantasy
already.
Flight is just kind of
They're bad. They're bad. Let's
they're
say it. They're
they're
bad. They're bad with their
they're not
marketing. Their
bad.
marketing
They're
is
bad with
bad.
their market, but their stuff's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I think like even
Besides
when
the thing that you hate the most, special dice.
special dice and tokens, get rid of them. Maybe they are. That's why the Juggernaut didn't come with any. But the like
That's true. He doesn't apply any effects.
for Marvel, right? Like I think we have the shows all the time. Maybe shows like do like something with that, right? Like oh hey, like the Hawkeye show just finished. Here's what's her face Hawkeye. I don't know. Just something.
I think Marvel's just kind of in a weird place right now,
What show
personally.
like show wise or like the game?
MCU wise.
Oh, okay. So yeah. I mean,
I think it's kind of in a weird place. It doesn't know what it wants to be yet.
yeah, because
So I
all
think
the Avengers are gone. Because the Avengers
so.
are
We just kind of have to wait for that to kind of to settle, and then maybe
for the
there'll be
the
something.
dust to settle, and then they bring all the Avengers back.
Yeah, when Danny DeVito comes out as Wolverine, like
Dude,
we'll be happy. We'll be happy.
if that's real, I'll be so happy. I love Danny
So,
DeVito.
anyways, I come out with my claws, snick, snick.
So I started slashing.
So I started slashing. Be great.
um, cool. Well, is there any other additional news that you wanted to say? Anything from any other
Um,
miniature companies? Any notable mentions?
nothing that
Honorable
I could,
mentions. That's what it's called.
nothing that I could think of. I guess we could do a little, like what is the next, like,
We're
so
gonna
we've
move into
seen,
questions. We're gonna move into questions now from the audience,
yeah,
but
so
also, but it's questions from us because no
because
one,
there's no audience.
no one leaves
Um,
comments. No, there's like two people. You guys,
are you sure it's not you looking at it
it's not
twice on two
me.
different
It's not
devices?
me. It's not me. So
Um,
whoever you are,
so what if it so we talked about it kind of like last week about like
six people
what we'd like to see
in all the game systems.
coming
Yeah,
to Crisis Protocol.
yeah, and
So it's like
games work and
so
board
next we
game.
got so next we got um Nick Fury and Daredevil. So then
Hmm.
after that, what's the prediction? What is the prediction from Dale? What is the next kind of theme? Because we did like the whole Mystic set before this. Now we're doing X-Men, and then it's going to be these what do you call them? Grunt people. So
Minion
what's next?
characters.
So what's next?
I don't. Well,
What's
so
the next theme?
we created a Shield faction with Nick Fury, so I
Correct.
would say maybe some type of Shield, more Shield centric
But we already
characters.
have that. We already have that. We already have that. We got Captain America. We got Falcon. We got
Yeah,
Crossbones. We got characters. There are people here that
yeah.
fill those roles.
That's weird because it's like, it's also we're getting a lot of like reprints of not reprints, but like characters we
The
already have.
resculpts. Yeah.
Like we got another Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Octopus.
Well, that's just the same Doctor Octopus. It's not even a
Yeah, it's a
different one.
resculpt though. It's a
Yeah,
resculpt.
but like we got the whole Doctor Strange set, right? We got another Doctor Strange that we already had. I mean, it's different. He's different, but so as Guardians might be would be nice to have some more of those. Like we don't have a Hemdall, we don't have an Executioner, we don't have the Warriors 3 at all. Like right, that would be kind of cool to see Full Stag and all those and Sif and stuff like that in miniature form.
Mhm.
Um, Asgardians would be cool. I think Asgard. Yeah, I would say Asgard would be nice to get some extras. I'm just thinking of like what the teams we have now,
Yeah.
like what they have available to them. I think, yeah, having more
I'm going
models.
rogue on it.
You're gonna you're just gonna say something
I'm
stupid. You're gonna be like,
I'm
I want Guardians of the
no,
Galaxy to get more people.
I'm going Fantastic Four,
Oh God.
which does play into the Guardians Galaxy because then they could be added to them
Look, I know
because
you're
they are
gonna agree with
Guardians.
me, but the Fantastic Four suck. All right,
No, they don't.
the only thing cool about them is Doctor Doom's there, and
Still,
if
Mr. Fantastic can stretch his dick out to be whatever size and girth he wants.
who
Fucking the
cares?
Thing is a giant rock with a giant rock dick. Like Invisible Girl, she can go invisible. Human Torch has a flaming dick. Come on.
Jesus, so you care about the dicks? Is that
I'm just saying. No, they're really cool. I think they're cool. And then you could add Doctor Doom with it,
if
and
Doctor
he could
Doom's
play into the
there?
gruntness with it. I think that'd be cool.
Look, if we get Doctor Doom, I'll be so happy. I love Doctor Doom. I love how he looks. I love his abilities, like in the comics and stuff. I am down for Doctor Doom. Anyone else in the Fantastic Four, go away. I don't want Scrolls. I don't want Super Scroll.
I
I
don't
don't.
want Super Scroll. I don't want Super Scroll
Just
either.
go away. Don't care.
Okay, so
Um.
the next question.
So Fantastic Four. You're bad. You're wrong.
What do you want in Armada? We haven't really talked about Armada. What do you want for your faction or any other faction? What is the
Well,
what's the ship you want?
surprising nobody. I have clones. Uh, I want,
Shocker.
well, we
Judas.
could even go into Legion too if you want to, but
Yeah, we will. We will.
I think for I don't ship wise for Armada, I think I have the things I want. I have Venators. I have the other ones. Like I don't really need anything. I would like more attack ships, like the little ships, like the grunt ships that come out, like the
Well, like, what would you have? Because
starfighters.
you have Y wings, you have starfighters,
You have Y wings. We have Jedi starfighters,
you have
and
Arc 170s,
yeah, I want this like the other later war, like
the V wings. You want the V wings. You
yeah,
want the
Z95s, the shuttles, the like all that stuff
okay.
would be.
So you want that stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I want any more big ships because there's not really any big ships that I can think of that
Mm,
aren't stupid. Well,
gotcha.
I can't even think like they have the Venator and I have the other one and that's it. And they have like the smaller guy, but
Gotcha.
what about you?
Oh, you know what I want.
Do I?
I mean, it's the only logical answer. I already have a Superstar Destroyer.
So you want Death Star?
I want Death Star.
Is that seriously
Takes
what
up
you
the
want?
entire table. Can't even move. I want a Death Star.
Mm,
Because the Superstar. Remind me. The Superstar Destroyer crashed into the Death Star, right?
right.
And it was very small
The Superstar
in
Destroyer?
comparison. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want a Death Star.
Dumb.
I mean, honestly, because I have the Superstar Destroyer. It's like, what more could you want
Well, I think you
than
have.
the Superstar Destroyer?
I don't.
Like,
I think they need to stop. Look, we have a lot of stuff for the rebels. We have a lot of stuff for the Imperials. We need to
you know
stop.
what? They kicked ass though, releasing the Separatists and
Right.
the clones with some stuff, with enough
Right.
stuff.
Right. But I think we need to get them up more up to par.
For sure, absolutely,
And
I agree.
if you want to, I mean, nobody wants this. I don't want it. I don't. But if you do, like First Order and Resistance, but like those guys suck, man. All of them suck.
It'd be kind of cool.
I don't want any of that. I don't
It'd
want
be
any.
kind of cool. The big Star
No.
Destroyers are pretty cool, especially in the second one. Those ones are
But then you
cool.
can just warp speed into it and kill it, or light speed into it.
You could already do that in the game.
It's just I don't
That was
know.
already a thing.
I don't know. I don't. No. I don't.
So Legion, what do you want? One thing. You can only have one thing. What do you want?
That's a hard one because I do. There's two things I want.
No, I said one. You can only have one.
Well, then
I don't want to hear
I
it.
want the gunship. I want the Republic gunship. Like
Okay.
they gave us that lat. That's
The shit thing that they call a lat that's not a
yeah.
lat
That's
that I've never
Empire.
seen in my life.
It's in the cartoons. It's in the animated show. Um, but yeah, it's for Empire and for Republic. Like, stop giving double packs. Just
Yeah,
give
it's
us the gunship.
lazy.
Give
It's
us
lazy.
the Republic gunship. I want that, and then my other top wish list for that. I want Republic Commandos because they're cool, or Bad Batch if you want to give us the Bad Batch. But I'd rather take Commandos. And then
Honestly, I think they'd give you the Bad Batch before they give you Commandos.
Yeah, and I want
And I'll tell you why, because of Callus and Inferno Squad.
yeah, and then I want well, but you can do the squad from the show, the command, the I mean from the video game. Um,
Oh,
yeah, with the
was
sniper
it
and the
is
bazooka
it Alpha?
guy.
Is it Delta? Is it Alpha Squad or
I don't
something like
remember. I
that?
don't remember. It's so long ago.
Yeah.
But then I also want the six-legged walker. I want that thing. It's not
ATTE.
yeah, the I think it's ATTE, yeah, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
I want that guy. He's cool.
Yeah, and it's not, and I think you can
It's
have
not
it. 'Cause
that
I
big.
hate
It's not
honestly, I
that
hate
big.
all these people who say they want the AT-AT. That thing is way too big.
Yeah.
But the ATTE is a perfect size.
Yeah.
If you remember an episode of Star Wars
They
Rebels,
fight in the city in it. They fight with the
they fight they fight AT-ATs with it
yeah.
in Star Wars Rebels. They when they meet Rex and Wolf and Gregor,
Yeah, it's ATT.
they're in the desert with their ATTE, and it's like really small compared to an AT-AT. An AT-AT is way too big for the table size,
Yeah.
for the size of the game of Star Wars Legion, and everyone who says they want it is fucking moron, and they're wrong. They're just wrong.
Yeah,
It's too big,
if you look at
and
the
don't say
size
you want a scaled
comparison on
one.
it, yeah, because then it
Yeah,
would look stupid unless they make up a designation for it and it's like a super tiny one. But then that's not it takes all the fun out.
yeah, exactly. There's no point. Like we already have an ATST and it's pretty big on the table. Like let's
Yeah,
just leave it at that. You know what I mean? Like it's good.
yeah.
I think it's good.
What about you for wait, not Armada, for Legion? Don't say Death Star. If you say Death Star, I'm quit.
I don't know. That's a toughie because everything. I feel like I have a lot of stuff, and like
Well, so don't think for you. Like think of like
I
if you're
play Empire,
yeah.
so it's like I'm
So
trying to think of what
wrong.
I would want. It's like because I pretty much have everything, right? Am I missing something?
Mm, no, I think you. I mean, you can get that Tie Fighter that's a tank. Remember that?
No, because I hate the stupid tank we already have. It has a good card, but that's it.
Oh, is that the one from the
Like,
Rogue One? Right? The
yeah,
little. I like that
yeah.
car. I like the Shore Troopers though. I'm like a sucker
I
for
do
the
too.
Shore
I like the short
Troopers.
troopers. They're cool, and we have those too. So it's like,
Yeah, I think you're good for there. Like, what about the droids? Do you think
oh,
that would you
I'm
want them to have
thinking.
anything?
No, I don't want. No, no, no,
They
no,
have the cool.
no.
They have cool stuff. They got that little spider guy.
They
They
have really cool. Like the only thing they're missing is the wheeled thing with the missiles.
yeah, the two wheeled guy.
Yeah, and I think that faction would be perfect once it gets that, and it
Didn't
will get it, and it will get it. Like it'll be fine.
who's the general that comes with the start? Is it Grievous?
It's Grievous. You get
Okay,
Grievous,
okay.
Dooku, Cad Bane, um,
Cad Bane's a mercenary
and
though, right? He's not on their team.
yeah, he's on their team, I
Oh,
think.
okay, okay.
And then you get, or he might be an operative, but I think he's like that. And then you get the droid commander one. I forget what they're called.
Yeah, the command droid.
Yeah, so they get those.
The command droid.
What do I want? It's definitely Imperial. Like it's something Imperial, but
Yeah, it's like rebels. Like what? Like
I mean, exactly. I'm thinking. I'm like,
well,
what am I missing? What literally am I missing? I'm just missing one thing most likely. Probably like some sort of shock troop with shields and riot gear. Who knows? I don't know.
riot troopers.
Yeah, like
No, 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 no,
swamp troopers, swamp troopers.
no, 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 no. The dark troopers. The big robot ones from Mandalorian.
Oh, those would be really cool.
Those would be cool. They can fly.
Yeah, that would be cool actually.
Yeah, yeah,
But they're
yeah, yeah.
robots.
Yeah,
But
but they're Empire.
but
They're
also
Empire.
but also what would be cool would be swamp troopers from Han Solo.
Oh, those guys. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Just
those I like that suit a lot. Those guys are really
yeah,
cool.
they're just basically what's his
I
face?
mean, yes, it's just having more stormtroopers, so it's like I guess
But
the
they're not
dark
even
troopers,
stormtroopers because they're not even armored like that. They're armored like what's his face is the
scout troopers.
no the commander guy with the helmet in the ATTE or in the
Oh, okay.
ATAT. What's his name?
Veers.
Veers. Yeah, yeah. They have that armor on, right, with a helmet and stuff. So it's like
It's like
they're
a helmet with
super
a
light
mask on
armored.
it.
Yeah, that'd be
It's like scout
cool.
trooper
And
armor,
maybe they
kind
have
of.
like gas grenades and stuff, and you can like they can breathe in the gas and stuff.
Yeah, who knows? But I think that the dark trooper thingy is cool. The robot thingy is probably better.
Yeah,
Is
and
probably a
again,
better
that's more
answer.
synergy, right? Like it's bringing
Yeah,
that stuff into the game,
and
and
who knows? Maybe this stuff is in their works. So
yeah.
we'll see.
Cool. Well, that's it from me. Is that it from you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Uh,
Leave a damn comment, you freaking scrubs.
no, you don't. we're supposed to be nice to them.
No, we belittle them. We have to belittle them so they'll do it. Do it. You know you
Yeah,
want to
you
leave the
six people,
comment.
you six people,
Leave a
you
comment.
six people, leave a comment, ask us a question. It could be about anything.
You know what? Say hi.
Yeah, just say hi, and we'll say
We'll
hi
give you a
back to
shout
you.
out.
We'll say hi back to you. All right, we'll see you. New videos every Wednesday and Saturday, and new podcasts every Saturday at 6 a.m. Pacific time. So you guys on the East Coast, you can listen to it. All right, so we'll see you next time.